Hello, everybody. Welcome. This is gonna be a quick tutorial on Red Earth. Well, I say quick. Oh, speak of the devil, we've got a challenge in. Seems we're gonna have to hold off on the tutorial first. We will play this game. Oh crap! I guess we're gonna have to play this game then. We're gonna.
Come here, bitch.
Oh Jesus. Right, first we'll probably start with a demonstration then, might as well. So, I was gonna start and explain what was going on, but my good friend Peon was also queuing for ranked.
Yeah.
Shouldn't be too long though. So we're gonna...
What a coincidence.
Oh, what a coincidence. You totally weren't waiting for this to happen. Alright, well, I won't speak much, but I'll get into the details of how this game
You
works.
don't want to show anything off?
I might show a thing or two. I'll probably show this off.
Oh, you guard broke me.
I did guard break you. That's why you got an ultimate guard, ladies.
That's why you got an ultimate card.
Exactly. Now, I'm gonna have to really hope that you don't queue for ranked again.
You want me to stop queuing for ranked?
Yes, please.
Okay.
Do you want to make this a one and done?
Oh, what a done!
Yeah.
Oh,
Listen, I gotta get going with this. I'm sorry. It's nothing personal.
Alright,
I'm
okay.
just a messenger. Oh god, no, that's pretty impressive.
Still got you.
Oh,
If that was another Kudai super, would have killed.
yeah.
But I crossed up.
Yeah, you sure did. Yeah. Yeah. Coco. This was not part of the plan. I am sitting in ranked at the moment, but most of this is going to be just training mode. I'm going to be going through the basics of this game because I've seen a lot of people, a lot of streamers. They've tried this game out, and, you know, some of them enjoyed it, but a lot of people dismissed it because it seems a bit confusing. It's actually not that confusing. It's just a lot easier if you get a helping hand in the first place, you know?
Oh no! You need to hit the ground first.
Yeah, well, I took that game anyway. Thank you, Peon, for the cold open of a Red Earth game.
Yeah, alright, boss.
Oh, wow. I ranked up. Okay. Well, nice seeing you, Peon, anyway. Right, okay. Back to the training mode. I'm going to go through the password system very shortly. I just need to put in the... You know what? Yeah, we'll start with mailing. Might as well. 3, 5, 4. Okay. Right. Welcome. We are going to go through this now. So, first of all, the password system is actually pretty simple. I actually put in the corner of the stream here, if you're wondering, the max level passwords for each character. I will show this later on, but in the original Red Earth, there was a password system, and the way that it would work is that you would level up by playing the story mode, and by doing that, you would gain moves and abilities. For example, level 0 Mei can air dash. I believe at around level 10 she can, so that's a pretty important thing to have. Generally speaking, before Capcom released this game for the Fighting Game Collection, we defaulted to level 32. Now, the interesting thing about the Red Earth release of this game is that there is an option to set level 32 passwords. However, since a lot of abilities that characters have are based on they're based on versus points, which is a different system from the EXP. Stuff like Leo's Black Sword is inaccessible if you don't put in the password. So the password that's in the corner of the screen right now is a Black Sword Leo password. So it'll actually inherently give you a better, basically make you a better character. Versus points are gained when you fight other people. HP. Right. Now on the password system, you can see that it is based on a 6-number system, 1 through 6, and those numbers directly correlate to the inputs on your controller. So, light punch is 1, medium punch is 2, heavy punch is 3, light kick is 4, etc. Now, when I came up with this, it was a bit of a joke, but it's kind of stuck. So, the notation that we generally use is not your standard Street Fighter notation. It is a notation where you refer to buttons. So, for example, this is Mei Ling's light punch, but we might say standing 1, just for brevity. If it sounds confusing, it can be for initially, but it won't get too long before you're used to it. Speaking of which, let's just go through the moves you have. So you've got your light punch, you've got your light punch, which is stand 1, your stand medium punch, which is stand 2, you've got stand 3, stand 4, stand 5, and stand 6. Okay. So, you've also got jumping normals, you've got J1 through 6, and they all have different properties, and I will get into detail about air-to-airs. And of course, there's crouching versions of every move. There they are. Now, one thing you'll notice is that... Oh! It's right on time. We were speaking about notation, and we get our first game from Joem. Right. Let's try this out. Now, remembering our notation system, we can go to a character and we can either select yes or no. We're going to select yes, and I'm going to go 1 for light punch, 3 for heavy punch, 1 for light punch, 2 for medium punch, 6 for heavy kick, 4 for light kick, 4 for light kick, 3 for heavy punch, 5 for medium kick, and 4 for light kick. Now, he misinput his password, so there is a risk there. If you don't know your password and you misinput it, you will be fighting against a level 32 character with a level 1. I do not recommend playing level 1 ever. It is very not fun. Now, sorry there. So, your man is, he's going around, pressing a lot of buttons, but we're going to punish those buttons, and we're going to try stunning. Let's see how that goes. And there we go. He is now duck stunned. And now he's stunned again. And I will finish that off with a command grab. Right. So, let's talk about the tier list for a sec. The way it goes is that Leo and Tessa are considered the best characters in the game, while Mei Ling, as I like to call her, is considered about mid-tier. Well, I shouldn't say mid-tier. She's high-tier, but she is slightly worse than the other two. Doesn't mean that she has a... It doesn't mean she can't win. It's just that it is a bit of a struggle sometimes. But Kenji, he is the worst character in the game, unfortunately. A lot of his frame data is just very bad. But he is very cool. So that might be a reason why you'd want to play Kenji. I'm not 100% sure on how the versus point system works, but that may be the case as of it. So yeah, that was the first game there. I think the main problem that Joem had was, well, he wasn't exactly sure what he's doing. But let's see what happens here. Ooh, I just realized an issue actually. Let's see if I can fix this. It seems he's moved on to he's moved on to Leo. I just need to fix this. Hold on. Rud. I made this too big, so I can't see anyone. You do not have to input the password in the collection. There is often an option before you queue up, and particularly in ranked, you are guaranteed a level 32 password if you say no. The only reason why I bring up the password system in the first place is because, like we see here, this Leo main is using a diamond sword. Now it's a pretty good. However, if he knew the level 32 password that gave him the black sword, he would be given a much greater advantage. Now, Leo's got decent buttons, but if you play fast enough with Mei Ling, it shouldn't be too much of an issue. Now, I will say that the audio for this is a bit jaggy. I have to assume it's because of rollback. I'm sure it's something they will fix, hopefully anyway. Yeah, I'd say this Leo would have a lot more success if he would press less. I do believe I have my delay on 1. Probably should have double checked that, but no matter. Right, so I believe ranked is best of 3, so we're gonna have to play one more game, unless he decides to not rematch, and he's decided to rematch. Let's go. Okay, I'm gonna stick with Tao. This is the Japanese version that's being played at the moment. Stick with her. We'll see how this goes. So yeah, I don't have to put in the thing with Mei Ling's password is that whether you put it in or not, it's the same. She doesn't really earn anything from versus points, and even if she does, it seems like they've incorporated most of those moves. A good move, but quite punishable if done like that. Ah, very nice. He's landed that. I do wonder what region this man's from, though. I will go into how the orbs work next, actually, because I think this is quite important to know. That's interesting. Mei Ling has 2 grabs, her kick and her punch grab. One is techable and one is not. Yeah, I do believe this man would have a lot more success if he was not pressing all the time. Sometimes it's best to block, you know? It's just a fact of life. Sometimes you gotta hold it to win him. Right. That's that game done. Ooh, I have a feeling the player just disconnected suddenly. Unfortunate. Well, back to training. Oh, Rizwan, thanks for the follow, man. Appreciate it very much. Now, password for Leo is 4, 4, 1, 3, 4, 4, 3, 4, 1, 5, 3. Okay. Now I will show you. You can see here Leo has his black sword. This sword gives him a lot better, gives him better hitboxes, basically. So that's a good one to consider. You're going to want to know that password anyway. Right, on to orbs. As you can see on the top left of the screen, I have some orbs here. And right now I'm pressing start, and that allows me to switch through each element. Now this is important because some elements are better than others. Considered the best element is ice. He was actually set to block. I should probably change that. Blocking, none. Right. So yeah, we've got Ice Super here. It does the most damage. It is generally used for, well, I say the most damage. It does the most damage overall, and it's also very utilitarian. You're mainly going to want to use it for anti-airing, but I'll get into that later. Kenji is weak to this element, which is one of the reasons why he's the worst character in the game. Because it's such a good super to be bad. Like, it's a bad super to be weak to, because it is such a good super. If you mash elemental super, icicles will come out faster for ice, and this will apply to most supers. Now, after ice, we've got meteor. It's not a super you're going to see much. I just realized that the dummy has not got auto recovery on. It's not one you're going to see often. It has its uses, mainly again anti-airing. I know it's good against Tessa because she's weak to meteor. One thing I should point out, the startup of each elemental super has a hurt box, so you're gonna want to use that to your advantage. It's mainly used as a good reversal option, so as long as you have an orb, you will have that option as a reversal. The only thing that can really beat it is a very well-spaced mailing command grab, but it's not that easy to do. Now, after that, we've got poison. I will demonstrate the hitbox now. You can see there he got hit. I just mashed the super there so it would get more hits. Basically, it goes along the ground. The main reason I would use poison would be for after you grabbed someone. A lot of the times you can follow up with a poison super. Obviously, this is dependent on character to character, but most characters can do it. Right. After poison, actually, is anyone weak to poison? I'm gonna have to double check that. I will be referring to the Red Earth Mizumi wiki. It's the resource that I'm drawing most of this information from, as well as just off the top of my head. I don't believe none of the main cast are weak to poison. It's only some boss character. It's only like one boss character that is. Next up is fire. This is another element that Tessa is weak to. I will demonstrate it now. I mashed it there so it would do more hits. It can be good for reversal if it's not blocked. If it is blocked, it's not great because I'll actually demonstrate a few things that can happen if it is blocked. So I'm going to set the bot to blocking, and you'll see. Oh, right. So if I go for this, if he blocks that, it can break guard, but I believe if he decides to ultimate guard it, it will be a lot more punishable. So let's see if I can make him ultimate guard. Ultimate guard is something I'll get into as well later on. Player setting. I'll just have to do I'll just have to do playback, so I'll record it. Okay. And now we're gonna play it back. Yeah, as you can see there, not all the flames hit him, and he could easily run up and do whatever he wants to you in that short amount of time. So be careful with that super. Also, if he jumps, this problem is exacerbated. So if you try to hit him with this, even if it hits, I'll set him so he's not blocking, just so you can see this. Even if he gets hit by this, he's not even knocked down. He's got a lot of time to do whatever he wants. So I would stand. I would recommend not using that super as an anti-air unless you are certain that it is going to kill. HB, a student of ours, has made a great point. If you decide to use Poison Super, it is most effective against Leo. Thank you very much. No, he's not explicitly weak to it. Now, moving on. Wind Super. This is an interesting one. Leo is weak to it, so it is good for that. It does a lot of damage to him. And Mei Ling's also has, in theory, the best Wind Super when she mashes it. There are some flaws with it, though. I'm gonna see if I can record this. I hope they make this one a little less bare bones next time. Record. Okay. So it is pretty decent for reversal because it actually is quite hard to punish even on ultimate guard. There is one problem with it though, is that it doesn't have a hurt box behind it. That was poorly demonstrated, but I'll give it another shot. You would just you're gonna play it again, huh? Okay. Yeah, besides from that, actually, I might just make him roll, because that actually would be better to... Basically, you don't have a hitbox behind you, so if he decides to stand, recovery, front, yeah, front. Yeah, I'm gonna hit him with that again, and we'll see what happens. Yeah, so he's already behind me by the time that super's over, so it is pretty risky if they don't ultimate guard it, or if something, you know... A lot of things can happen with that super. I would use it with caution. Final super is Lightning. Now, this super is probably the second best super, besides from Ice. And when I say super, I mean second best Mystic or super. It covers most of the screen immediately, especially if you mash it. Now, the only problem with this move is that it is a bit based on RNG, like a lot of the things are in this game. So there is a good chance that if you do it, like there, you might not immediately hit them. I would recommend using this against a jumpy melee, because she is actually weak to this element. Okay, now I've explained what the elements do. I think I might as well go into the actual supers themselves. So each character, each character has by default 2 supers usually. It's usually associated with their kick and their punch, and that is powered by orbs. So not only do you get access to these elements from orbs, is you also get access to your supers. So there's a Mei Ling's punch super. There's a fireball. That's just double quarter circle forward and then punch. Specifically medium or heavy. That's quite a good move. But yeah, that takes up one of her resources. Another one she has is her kick super, like so. Now you're probably wondering, how do you recover this resource during gameplay? And it's actually quite simple. Right here, there's a chest that spawned. When you go down on it, it'll pick up... If you go to it and pick it up, it will come into your inventory. Now, how do these orbs spawn? Most of the time, actually no, every single time an orb spawns, it's because someone got knocked down. So you see right there. Now, the more times you knock someone down with the same thing, it's less likely to spawn again. So yeah, basically any situation which knocks someone down, it might spawn an orb chest. It's most likely going to. I would be... Okay. There can't be 2 chests at the same time. There can only be 1 chest on the screen at the time. So it might be good to keep that in the area. Now, why is this important? Why it spawns and when it spawns? The main reason is that a lot of your grounded neutral is is going to be based around when orbs spawn, because most characters really want them. Obviously, it's not like in other games where you can like build it as a resource in the corner or by doing specials. You need to pick them up. So because of the way rolling works in this game, this could lead to some interesting scenarios where you're trying to fight for the orb, but you're also trying not to get killed by the other opponent. There's also, the max amount of orbs you can hold is 3. So if you have 3 orbs and you see an orb spawn, and you might be optimal just to pick it up anyway, just so your opponent doesn't have it. One more thing about orbs, they can spawn if you stun. Will I be able to stun this Leo? Maybe. There we go. There you go. Whenever someone gets stunned, there is a chance an orb will spawn too. This is what can lead to most TODs in this game. Because sometimes you need more than 3, or you only have 1 orb and you need to pick up more. And that's how a lot of TODs can happen. Especially with Mailing. Mailing is one that really wants that. Now, we should talk about ultimate guarding, because it is quite important. Ultimate guarding is a state where, when in this state, if you are hit, you can... basically, if you ever played Street Fighter Alpha, Street Fighter Alpha 2 specifically, it is an alpha counter. It's even the same input on hit. So this is the parry state. You will start flashing red for a couple of frames. I believe it's about half a second. Obviously, there's quite a lot of recovery on that. Yeah, it's about an entire second it lasts for. That's a good point, Ghoshrim. Very good. You earned yourself a sticker. It doesn't cost any resources to alpha counter. So the catch is that you have this state where you have to predict whether they're going to hit you or not. If somebody reads that you're going to do that, they can punish you in many ways. But I will now demonstrate how this works. Let me just get this man to hit me with something. Sure. Record. Okay. So he's hit me there. Now I'm going to play it back, and I'm going to ultimate guard before he hits me. So there you see I had like a flashing state. It even makes the same sound effect, funnily enough. And with that I can I can basically I can negate chip is the main thing. That's actually, this game does have chip kill, I forgot to mention. So it is a good tool for if you want to, as you see there, he actually did a bit of chip there whenever he does that special. Normals don't do chip. The only thing that do chip are specials and supers. So yeah, it's pretty important for that. It's also important for making sure your guard isn't broken. I will show you what that looks like now. Let's do a record again, and this time we're going to do the aforementioned eye super. Right, I'm going to just give him an orb there just so he uses it again. And then we're going to play that back. And I'm just going to block, and we'll see what happens here. As you can see, my guard got broken. I got hit by the last hit of that. Now, if I ultimate guard it instead, he's going to do another one soon again. This time it's going to be... Whoops, okay, I messed that up. I will now demonstrate properly. I swear I know how to play this game. Trust me. Oh god, this is embarrassing. Okay, you get the point. You can ultimate guard anything. Also, you can ultimate guard while in block stun. So I'm gonna let the first few hits of this hit me, and I can ultimate guard to prevent my guard from breaking. Now, what do you do after you ultimate guard? Well, I'll show you. So you have access to an ultimate counter punch or an ultimate counter kick, depending on which character you are. That there was my kick, which is a knockdown, and mailing also has a punch version, which I'll now demonstrate. The input is reverse quarter circle back, punch or kick for mailing. Some characters, and by some characters I mean Tessa, only have reverse quarter circle back punch. So they only have one. Yeah, I'm just going to demonstrate this and then we'll move on from that. Man, he really had to use tornado, huh? Okay, perfect. Or I can do that. I'm gonna let it hit me first. I'm really sorry. I'm wasting all your time here. I'm gonna make this work now. I promise. You picked up an orb and it was poison. Right, he's used ice now. I'm gonna let it hit me, and then I'm going to punch ultimate counter just to demonstrate. There's the punch counter. Now I'm gonna stop him from doing that. Right. I think I forgot to mention on ultimate guard and ultimate guard counter. I think that's pretty much it. Yeah, you can yeah, you can do it before or during block stun. But if you get guard broken, obviously you can't do it anymore. Oh, one more thing. You cannot do it in the air. So that is the one place where you're going to see a lot of guard breaks take place is when you're in the air. It is a grounded state. Right. Any questions? Let me know. Put it in chat if you've got any questions. But I think I've explained it pretty thoroughly there. Moving on. Right. Speaking of air. Right. Yes, you cannot UG in the air. I did mention that, Azimuth. You can block in the air. I should mention there are very few real anti-airs. Ah! Kokafi. I'm being a real teacher here. I'm pronouncing names wrong. But super jump is good. However, it can be dangerous. Exactly my point, Azimuth. Thank you, Coco. Thank you, Azimuth. That is exactly what I'm saying. It isn't great. Now, how do you do super jump? I know you're probably asking. You just do down and up. It's the same as most games. You will hear the sound effect if you've done it correctly. And in this state, you can input multiple buttons if you're fast enough. Or you can... basically, you have freedom of movement on like the whole axis. You can control your jump, unlike with regular jump where you are fixed to an arc. Now, this can be a good or a bad thing, because if you super jump too much, as I mentioned before, you will get ice. You could potentially get ice supered. In fact, wonder if I could demonstrate this if this wasn't... You know what? I know how I'm going to demonstrate this. I'm going to make Leo jump. Unfortunately, there is nothing that... Actually, no, I can just record him super jumping. Block. Oh, okay. Exactly. Ghost. Not being able to UG in the air does really help that. If you could UG in the air, this game would probably be awful. Don't tell anyone I said that. But I'm going to super jump with my man here. Alright, I've recorded that now. I'm going to playback. And when he super jumps, he's going to be blocking. But I'm going to use supers on him, and we'll see what happens. Interesting. Okay. I think because of the way this this training mode works, the only way I can make this work is if he's just regular jumping. But I will do this with him regular jumping, but know that it is very easy. You can see, like, clearly, it's really easy when they're super jumping as well. Okay, what is going on? Oh! Hold on. Jump. Block all. Yeah. Alright, let me... Yeah, okay, it's working. I was a bit confused there. Alright, I'm gonna do this now. I like to do it up close, just so it's a bit easier. Alright, actually no, this is perfect. So I'm gonna go for Ice Super, I'm gonna juggle him, and then I'm gonna go for Wind Super, and that should break his guard. Or I'm just there we go. I'm gonna go for double lightning. This'll work. I hope. Yeah, his guard break does buffer through his jump, so you can see there. If you don't guard for long enough, it'll break your guard. It is actually quite hard to do on Leo because he falls so fast, but not everybody is Leo, so you don't always have that privilege. See, this is the learning experience. We're learning that Leo is quite good in this game. Yeah, no, but my point being is you can block in the air, but it does not mean you are safe in the air. I'm just gonna put it in the corner because there's no function to reset. Okay. Now, there are some exceptions to this. Some supers and some normals have the ability to unblockable you in the air, even if excuse me. Whew. Man. Yeah, even if you are blocking, you can still get hit by those specials or supers. Most notable is Mei Ling's first hit of her DP, her light DP, and Tessa's tricycle super. Now let's talk about dashing. This will be a fun topic. Each character's dash is unique. Mei Ling's here, as you can see, she dashes very low to the ground. What this actually means is that she can avoid a lot of moves where normally most people can't. If, say, for example, Tessa were to throw a fireball, actually, I'm going to show you that. We'll start with Mei Ling and Tessa. Okay, so Tessa's is 4, 6, 3, 2, 1, 1, 2, 3, 5. 3, 2, 1, 1, 2, 1, 2, 2, 1, 2, 3, 5, 4, 4. There we go. So I'm just gonna have Tessa here throw some fireballs, and we'll see how Tessa can react to that. Alright, so I threw 4 fireballs, and now we will play it back. Got hit by the last one. It isn't too difficult, but it is something that you kind of need a bit of practice with in order to get consistently. Right. So that is Mei Ling's dash. I will actually go over Tessa's dash while I'm here. Tessa's dash. Interesting. Ah! Speak of the devil. We have a challenger. Who is it? Hanzo des Insolents. There is a good chance this person is from France, because I think that is French, from my little French that I know. Let's take what we've learned and see how we can apply it to this game, shall we? I'm not going to put in the password, I don't need to. Let's see who they play. They choose Kenji. Now that is interesting, because Kenji looks cool, but he's actually pretty bad. Remember when I said that Kenji was weak to Ice Super? Today I'm going to exploit that fact. So I'm switching immediately to Ice Super at round start, which is something you can do. Now I've got him in a stun state, I'm going to grab him, and then I'm going to go for Ice Super. And look at all that health. How unfortunate. That's a pretty unsafe move. We're gonna have to deal with that immediately. Now, although if he had mashed that super, there's a good chance that that would have hit me. But because he did not mash that super, I was able to go through it before it had fully spawned, and I was able to punish him for it. Oh! The other air dash thing, the other dash thing that Melee has is her air dash. I forgot to mention. If you run in the air, you will air dash. Now that poison, as I said earlier, it's not very good if the opponent's in the air. In that case, you're going to want to switch to a better super. However, as you can see, this Kenji has only poison orbs. This is due to the fact that Kenji starts off with poison orbs. Mainly, yeah, each character starts off with a specific orb, and for Kenji's case, it is poisoned. I've taken that first game there. Now, I would like you guys to keep an eye on whenever orbs spawn, because depending on how the match is going, I may play around that. I think so far, though, this player is pretty inexperienced, so it's going to be hard for him to deal with my epic speed. And we get a mirror. This is actually my least favorite mirror in the game. It is very, very annoying because we're both very tiny, which is why I'm probably going to use Lightning Super, because she's weak to it. I get the stun in, and I should be able to kill off this. I will go into how stun works later. I try to go for the command grab, but I fail. But I managed to go in for that. I can grab twice. Another thing I'm going to go into, some characters can loop their grabs in certain situations. She goes for fire, but it's not the best for that situation. I'm going to throw a fireball, see if they block. They are not ultimate guarding. I go for pursuit, I take some damage, I get hit off the air. I juggle them a bit just to scare them. I'm going to go for the dive kick. I'm basically just going to try mess with them as much as possible. Now this character is I would say, in my personal opinion, more than Tessa. This character, this guy, I should say, this is a person. they are normal jumping a lot, which isn't good because it's actually making them very predictable. If you super jump more, it would be a bit harder for me to hit you, but he's not. He's also not air dashing, a tool that he should be using. It's very useful. Now, I believe next time we have someone challenge, I'm probably going to play Tessa, just so I can show her off a bit. She's another character I know. And afterwards, we will try Leo. The only character I won't play is probably Kenji. I don't know him too well. He's a bit tricky. Oh shit, I've got quite a few followers there. Oh, G-Boy Fly, thanks for following, and thank you, Coco, for following too. Mashed magic, not sword by sword. Yep, that can happen. Okay, I'm going to try Tessa. Show her a bit of her. Tessa is the designated zoner. Put in the password just for memory's sake. Good thing I have the stream in the corner. Yeah, getting games in ranked is really weird. Alright, I'm going to stick with lightning and I'm going to start zoning it. I'm going to be throwing fireballs and let's see if they figure out they can dash under it. Now, Tessa's got like the best DP in the game, so it's going to be pretty hard for her to get in. I think she's probably. I think you can argue she's got the best TP in any fighting game. It is very hard to punish. You basically just have to read it. Okay, I've got the life lead, and now next time she jumps, I'm going to. This is one of the supers that anti-airs. So that's one of the supers that can anti-air no matter whether or not you're blocking, which is why I went for it. Because she went for a... Ooh. That's a shame. Anyway, let's actually have a look at the other two characters so I can show you off their dashes. Leo is 4, 1, 3, 4, 4, 3, 4, 1, 5, 3. Okay. Yeah, it's been happening. Some people they just can't handle it. Sorry. Yeah, it's tough losing sometimes. 6, 3, 1, 4, 1, 2, 4, 5, 2, 4. Okay. Yeah, it's fair enough, HP. That's probably going a bit too far there. Okay. Leo's dash looks pretty normal. However, he can... put the network at 2 frames. I would have to exit out the whole thing in order to do that. I have it at 1 frame. Is it really blocking you because it's at 2 frame? Yeah, Leo's dash is unique. He can cancel his dash into any one of his specials. That includes his ultimate guard. So like you can do it with this. You can go that. There's a lot you can do. I believe you can also do it with super. Yeah, basically it makes his approach game very deadly. Because he can, as most characters, you have to be kind of careful with their dash, because, you know, you might get hit out of it. Leo can do a lot out of it, pretty safely, unless, of course, he's red, and then he gets blocked. So yeah, that's... Yeah, he can dash cancel specials, but most Leos will dash cancel into ultimate guard, because it's such a useful tool to have, especially if someone's trying to zone you. Kenji's dash is interesting. I'm going to show it to you now. Kenji's dash, excuse me, actually not that good. The only thing it really does is this, which you think would be interesting, but he is, like, I'm pretty sure you can grab him the entire time he's doing this. That too, if someone goes for elemental super during mid dash, you can simply ultimate guard mid dash for Leo. However, for Kenji, this is all he gets. Not much else to it. He does, however, to make up for it, he does get a double jump, which is nice. You know, nice movement option. But yeah, he got the short end of the stick on that dash thing. Yeah, you could hit him during the whole thing, so it's not great. Now, let's go back to Tessa. I mean, Melee, sorry. Leo. Yes. 4, 1, 3, 4, 4, 3, 4, 1, 5, 3. Yeah. We might get to that in another time, Azimuth, when we get to character-specific stuff. Might have to be another stream. Okay. Mei Ling. Where was I? So I've just been talking about... I've talked about dashes. Right, I've gone through other dashes. I might as well talk about throws. Most characters have at least 2. The only character that doesn't is Tessa. So, throwing is interesting in this game. Most throws can be either teched or softened. That's the terms we use anyway. To soften a throw, you have to... that's interesting. Oh, I have it so he... Oh! We've got a game there. I might have to hold off on that throw talk for a second. Ah! A reappearance of Hansa. Seems he would like to play again. Let's see how this goes. This time I will play Leo. And I will use the password. I will use 41344344153. We're gonna see a bit of Leo. HB, I do not know how to play Kenji. So yeah, I've got Black Sword, so I've got better hurt boxes immediately. Leo is a grappler character. He's got a 360, but he's also got a lot of range. This guy is doing a pretty good job at mashing away my stuff. Because he didn't roll. Oh, right, I didn't mention rolling, have I? Oh, right, I have to go into rolling last, actually, because that's actually pretty interesting. No, I'll go into rolling after I talk about the throws. But yeah, you're going to want to roll in this game, in a situation like that, so you don't get command grab. Because he didn't ultimate guard, he got his guard broken. Now I'm going to start grabbing him. As you can see, I can loop it more than once as Leo. That is a property of his punch grab. He does have another grab, and I believe it's... Well, that was the medium punch grab. I believe he has a heavy punch one as well. I'm going to do now. That's just one where he slams him on the ground. And a lot of stuff you can actually confirm into super off it. Well, that's the first game anyway. I take that with Leo. Yeah, he doesn't know, Oh, I see what you mean. Maybe. I can give it a shot. I know very bare bones Kenji stuff. I know that you kind of have to want to play lane, so I'll play Merkuro as well. Let's see how this goes. Right. Now, what is your man's teleport? That is a very good move that Kenji has. Yeah, I'm basically playing lame and occasionally throwing out a knockdown. So I really don't know any of I don't even know most of Kenji's specials, actually, unfortunately. I am not a very good a rep for Kenji, but I know this move's good. I caught him with that, so I didn't get punished much for it. He punished me that time. I forgot how wide reaching that is. That's that game. Yeah. Someone got 4K points? Damn, that's insane. How do you get 4K points? Jesus. I've not been playing ranked enough. Might have a look at the leaderboard later, see how that's going. I'm gonna go back to melee. You're saying first place has 4K. Who is first place? There's the anti-air DP that I mentioned. Punish him for doing that. Not grabbing. Right. Showcase the grabs. I have been. The grab I did there in the corner is actually the only untechable grab. That's something important to note. It is something that gives a quite an advantage to mailing. I'll do it again just to show you. This one. This is untechable. The other one I'm going to show you now is techable, but it is grab loopable. So if you mess up, a lot of bad things can happen to you. And even if you succeed in the corner, it's actually quite a dangerous one to deal with. I ultimate guard it, I take no chip, I run away, I'm going to go for ice. He doesn't ultimate guard it, and that ends the game. Right, and that's the 3 games done. Pretty impressive that they got it that quickly. It'd be cool to play that person to see how well they play. Right, back to the scheduled. I am, as admit, in good time. I will get to pursuits. In good time. Right, orbs, grabs, sorry. A lot of them are techable, but a lot of them are loopable. I will give you an example of a loopable grab. This is Leo's... right, so the teching, I have it set to teching. So the main way you want to tech grabs is actually by inputting a... the main way you're going to want to do this is by inputting a direction. So what's happening here is that I'm grabbing the mailing and they're tapping forward at the right time, and that turns that into a tech. Now, if I did this grab, that is untechable, but you see there they did a little animation there when they bounced off the ground. Leo has a lot more than 3 different passwords at max level, actually, Megan, because Leo has many different swords. This password I'm using right now doesn't have any swords, just for ease's sake. I might get into that some other time. But yeah, the point is, yeah, you can either tech grabs or soften them. Some grabs can be teched and softened, some grabs can't do either. Mash left and right, okay. Yeah, so you're going to want to mash, generally it's easier just to mash the direction in which they're facing. If you want to tech, that's the main way. If you want to soften, you usually have to tap down on the ground the moment you land, which is what this character's doing right here. I will quickly show something interesting that can happen if you fail to tech. Throw escape off, throw recovery off. Yeah, so that's pretty bad for characters like Kenji. You don't want to get hit by that. Okay, moving on. I've talked about dashing, throwing. I'm going to talk about pursuit. Whenever you knock a character down, let me turn off the blocking part. Whenever you knock a character down, they are put in a state of pursuit. The main way to pursuit for most characters is to, I gotta come up with a better way to do this. There we go. The main way to pursuit is to do up and kick. Usually medium or heavy. Actually, I'm gonna double check if it is medium. It is. So yeah, you do a little animation there, and you go after them. And you do a bit of extra damage. This can be good if you want to finish off an opponent. However, it does put you back in a state of neutral at best. At worst, if you do it too late, like there, doesn't hit them at all, you're in a state where you can be easily punished. So be careful with that. Okay? Don't want to be hit by pursuit. Because maybe you want to go and grab that orb instead. You never know what's going to happen. Speaking of, let's talk about rolling. When you're getting knocked down, I'm going to play back this. I'm going to have this character roll. So when you're knocked down, you can either roll forwards or you can roll backwards. Now, why is this important? It makes it so that not every Oki situation is guaranteed. So if you wanted to melee someone with, let's say, a command grab, you're going to have to kind of predict which way they're going to go. Now, Mei Ling is interesting because out of all the characters, she's the only one that can change the duration of her roll, which makes her very hard to Oki set up on. But for most characters, it's a consistent length. Now, there's a few reasons you're going to want to do this. A lot of the times, an orb's going to spawn on you when you get knocked down. So your opponent is going to be usually going to be trying to keep up the pressure. You might want to roll back in order to avoid that pressure, and then come in closer in a more opportune time. You're going to want to be very careful with rolling, because if you roll in the same direction too much, if your roll gets red, you know, you can end up getting, you can end up having... I am so bad at these. You can end up having this happen to you on Wake Up, and you don't want that. That's very bad. Also, if you cross someone up on Wake Up, a lot of times... Oh! A fight. Let's see. Same man again. Let's give him another round and see if he's figured some stuff out. So remember, pursuing is an option that I have, and so is rolling. And it's an option that he has too, and he should really go for it if he wants to escape pressure. Especially if you're in the corner. You're gonna want to roll out of corners a lot. But not too much, so as you not to get red. Right. So he's been knocked down. I missed my super. Now I have one less orb than him, so I'm going to be in a situation where I want to grab an orb. To the point where I'm going to run up and start attacking him. But unfortunately, he gets it. The way you open orbs is by crouching in front of them or by... Or by attacking them, basically. It's their main way of getting orbs. Now, I'm going to want to save my orb for the next round. He's doing a lot of unsafe moves, which is pretty easy to do when you're playing Kenji. He's going to try to run away. But I do have the life lead, so I'm going to get that in the end. Yeah, I'm not going to go into the reverse blocking thing in this game. It's not today, at least. It's a very advanced subject. If you want to read up more, and by the way, if there's anything you want to know more details after this stream or during it, if you've joined the Discord that's linked below, you can ask questions there, and most of them will be answered. A lot of these questions are actually answered on our wiki page, which you can find linked either in the Discord or if you look up Mizumi Wiki Red Earth. Yeah, so if you ever have any other questions, and I don't get to answer them in this video, or the stream, I should say, depending on when you're watching this, yeah, be wary of that you have that option. Always welcome to answer any questions. Now, this Kenji, I think, honestly, the problem with this Kenji is just that he doesn't know the game. He should have a sit down, maybe look at some of the combos, see how the system mechanics work. If he knew how to ultimate guard, he would be doing a lot better here. Not too much better, because, you know, I'm not going to make it too easy on him, but he would be doing better. There's also the unfortunate fact that Kenji is low tier, so... So now I'm going to start grab looping him as I could. He techs it there, which is good for him. If I had reacted fast enough, though, some interesting shenanigans could have happened because of the way mailing works. Now, I'm just going to try poking at him. I'm going to reversal. I'm going to land it. I'm going to pursuit to get some extra damage. I'm not too much in a worry about getting orbs because judging from the person I'm playing, I can tell they're not going to use their orbs well. Yeah, wait for Red Earth too. Maybe, Ghost, maybe. Shoot! Whoa! Jesus. Jeez, I might lose because of this. No, never mind. Thank you, Megam Fiblum. Damn, these people have got some hard names to pronounce. Jesus. Thank you for following. I appreciate it. Yeah, so we're gonna keep going with this. We're gonna catch him with that. I don't. Oh, he rolls, so he avoids my fireball. Okay. I'm gonna demonstrate how. There's no need to actually. He's nearly dead anyway. So that's that round taken. Hopefully by the end of the stream, maybe I'll. Thank you guys for blessing me. Hopefully by the end of the stream, maybe I'll reach top 1. Who knows? That's that game done anyway. Super silver, very cool. I'm going to stick with mailing a bit more, just so I can show some of the grab shenanigans. And I'm also going to demonstrate how her role can be varied on Wake Up. It's actually a good way of getting up potentially faster. Because I think it actually might be faster just to roll slightly and then get up. The way you roll slightly is by inputting the opposite direction of which way you're rolling, basically. I will get into stun very soon. I think that's the next thing I have to talk about. Pretty much the last thing I have to talk about, actually. Okay, I go for the pursuit to get that kill. It's a very cool stage. In the, am I doing cross-region matchmaking? Zoop, I believe I am. If I'm not, that'd be surprising. I can take the time to double check that after this fight. Ooh, I've whipped that there, so I'm gonna get hit by something. Fortunately, he wasn't aware how punchable that was. Or just wasn't fast enough, and it wasn't too bad. This is a great stage, I have to agree. Now I'm going to take a quick second just to... I believe that was the 3rd game, so I might take a quick second just to check what my settings are. And while I'm doing it, I might as well look at the leaderboard for my own fun. Let's have a look. That's Darkstalkers. Whoops. Whoops-a-doodles. So it doesn't take too long. A bit embarrassing. Right. Red Earth, let's have a look. I know Goshram at some point is going to be, he's going to be up there, if knowing him. Oh! The fuck? I don't see the TCP guy anywhere. Apparently I'm number 1 with the Attitude close behind. Attitude is a Leo main, so we may come across him. I'm going to go back into ranked. Yeah, cross-region matchmaking is on. So if it's not working, I don't know what to tell you. I'm not sure why that's happening. Okay, in-game standby. Training mode. Right, last thing to explain before I'm probably just going to start playing games, mostly. Or maybe I'll even go into some character-specific stuff, just for fun. There might be a bit of an intermission before I do that, though, just letting you know. 4, 1, 3, 4, 4, 3, 4. That's not 3. 3, 4, 1, 5, 3. Okay. I will explain how stun works. So, if you hit an opponent enough times, basically each move has a specific stun value it can assign to your character. It's not shown on the training mode, unfortunately, but it is a thing that is there. different moves have a specific amount of stun it'll do, and if you chain those moves, you can make the stun go up really high. And when you make the stun go up really high, you get this. You get a dizzy state where they can't do anything, but it seems that I've got a challenge, and let's see who it's from. It's Joem again! Let's see how Joem's doing. But yeah, each character has a specific threshold you have to hit, and every time you stun them, that threshold goes higher. For the pecking order is Tessa, Mei Ling, Kenji, Leo. That's from lowest to highest stun requirement. So Mei Ling and Tessa are pretty easy to stun. Kenji and like I'm showing you here, stunned. Mei Ling and Kenji and Leo are a bit harder to stun. So yeah, that's the order anyway. Now, there are 3 types of stun in this game, and you might see some of them. So, the first one is the one I did before we started this game, which is Duck Stun. This is guaranteed to put your opponent in a stun state, and it lasts a decent amount of time. You have a lot of time to set up stuff. The second type of stun is Real Star Stun. Now, Real Star Stun is like Duck Stun, except it does not last as long. Now, why do I mention Real Star Stun? What the hell is Fake Star Stun? Now, Fake Star Stun is stun, except all it does is basically put you in a state where as if you were being knocked down. The moment that you're the moment that you stand up from Fake Star Stun, you are immediately able to do anything. That means that you can block, you can ultimate guard, you can block, you can ultimate guard, you can do super, you can do special, you can do anything. So it's not real. Like, the stun is not real. It's still good though, because it does force your opponent. It is the one time where your Oki is real, because you're not able to roll. Exactly, you're not able to roll during any of the stuns. Even the fake one, you cannot roll when you get hit by it. What's the name of the stream at the moment is Let's Teach Red Earth Capcom Fighting Collection Red Earth Beginner's Tutorial. What do you want the name of the stream to be, Zoo? So that was Real Star Stun. I'm not doing net play right now. I still haven't finished. I am interspersing this with net play as to demonstrate the stuff we've learned. Yeah, so I'm super jumping around. I can do a lot of actions out of that. Went for a super, but I was able to dash over it. Ooh, it's warm here, damn. Oh, it's foggy. Okay. So yeah, it would be nice to play against someone who has a bit of experience, though. So yeah, main mistake. Most of the people I'm playing, unfortunately, their main mistake is that they're floundering. They're pushing buttons. They're seeing what will work, which is normal. It's day one. A lot of people haven't played this game before. They're going Tessa. Now, this will be interesting. I am on PC, Mega. Interesting. they try zoning. Unfortunately, they're going to get stunned. As I said before, melee has high stun. So I sacrificed the continued combo there to ensure an extra orb. Go for the grab there. Is he going to roll? He doesn't roll. He sticks in the same position, which actually might be good as Tessa because she has one of the worst rolls. Now, one thing this guy wants to be doing, he's doing a lot of moves in the air. Tessa's very good when she super jumps, because she can dive kick during her super jump, so he should be super jumping more, throwing some more fireballs, that kind of thing. But I can get in very quickly, so he has to be careful. So I go for Pursuit there, get that bit of damage, pressure him with a fireball. He rolls away, so my command grab attempt fails. Very good. He's trying to use the punch button. Tessa's wand's a bit weird though, and it's pretty hard to actually hit. Something I might go into more detail at a later point. That's that taken there. A good attempt, but a bit more labbing with the character could get you a long way. I have a feeling the region matchmaking button doesn't work, which is why I think I'm not getting any games with the Americans. Yeah, so as I was saying, I will demonstrate the different forms of stun now. If I can. 4, 6, 3, 2, 1. 2, 3... 5, 4, 4. Okay. So yeah, as you continue to, I've mentioned what all the different stuns do anyway, but I might as well show you what happens if you keep racking it up. Negative edge is a pretty universal concept. It's not specific to this session. However, one thing I might add about negative edge, basically, if for those who don't know, negative edge is a thing in most Capcom fighting games where if you release a button, it'll come out. So I'm doing kick, I do DP input, and I release, the kick comes out. Now the reason why negative edge is useful is because it makes a lot of links a lot easier. Like right there, I use negative edge on the light punch. Sometimes people use negative edge to get ultimate guard more consistently if they're afraid of not getting it on wake up, because you know, if you're getting meatied, you're gonna want it's gonna be basically a frame 1. Now I will want to demonstrate how stun works on the character. So I'm gonna start stunning this Tessa. Yeah, eventually that combo stops doing stun to her because her stun level has come to a point where nothing will stun her. But as you could see, it didn't matter because she was dead. I believe it resets at the end of each round. I will need to double check that though with some scholars. I'm pretty sure it doesn't carry over from games. But yeah, a thing to notice. Yeah, so the only point I'm getting stunned at that point is if I can spam multiple supers. Tessa's not going to really happen much though. The unreal character this can really happen to is Leo because he has such a high stun guard in general. Yeah, so that is pretty much it for the section on general mechanics. I hope I covered most stuff to your satisfaction. If there are any questions, I'm happy to take them now if you want. Otherwise, might take a wee break and then we will go back to go and look at some character specific stuff, some basics. Again, feel free to ask any questions if you're confused at all. Yeah, a lot of characters have multiple. I'll have multiple level 32 passwords. The only character where this really applies to is Leo and Tessa. Leo has all his different swords, of course. I think you can only have maximum 2 elemental swords, so the different passwords apply to that. Tessa can have this. Yeah, Asma. Tessa can have the Sun Staff instead of the Wood Staff. This doesn't change her gameplay much, but it does make some of her funky combos a bit easier. Yeah, so Mega, to answer your questions, other characters do have multiple level 30, 32. Loads of characters have multiple level 32 passwords, but it only really matters to Tessa and Leo. Any other questions? Right, okay, I might just, might go on a wee break. I'd say, yeah, a couple of minutes, I might go just grab a cup of water, that kind of thing. We'll be right back and we might start talking about, you know, the different characters, their basic combos, what they do. You wanna see a throw loop? Okay, I'll show you a throw loop. If I can do it. Yeah, so I will go into those, Azimuth. I'll go into those when I go into the characters. But yeah, that's Mei Ling's main throw loop anyway. It works on every character. Okay, I will see you in a bit. Be right back. Hey guys, I'm back. Right, we're going to be talking about we're gonna start with the basics of each character. We're gonna look at what they do, and we'll have a look at some combos too, and of course the aforementioned grab loop. That's always a fun time. So for this, I think I'm probably gonna stay in offline, just because I think this will be a bit annoying to get interrupted. So first of all, we're going to be talking about Tessa. Password is 4632123544. And facing her today will be Leo. And he will be doing 4 1 3 4 4 3 4 1 5 3. Okay. Right, so let's talk about our favorite zoner. And speak of the devil, I have here to help me notable Tessa main, arguably best Red Earth player.
Thank you.
Ghost Shroom, winner of this Red Earth Sunday League and owner of 600 of my well-earned euros.
Yeah, thanks for the cash.
Right, let's get down to business. So you can watch the Discord stream if you want.
Oh, you're streaming on Discord? Sweet.
Yeah. So
oh God.
Tessa is probably one of the strongest zoners in gaming history. Would you agree with that, Ghost?
Yeah, she's crazy.
Oh yeah.
She has the best DP I've ever seen in any game.
That's right. One of her main
That
tools
alone
is DP1. It's also used for a lot of combos. So let's just go over some of her moveset. She's got her standing one, which is her wand move. Now, as far as I know, Ghost, this move isn't too great outside of combos. Is that correct?
It sucks. And so on paper, it should be like her best normal. Like the frame data is amazing. But the issue with it is it just gets like stuck in place. Like I get they were trying to like experiment with that. Like look at that. Yeah.
Yeah, as you can
so
see, it's
yeah. Well, yeah. Typically, you'd do a jump in, and then you'd go for a jab like that, and it would just be in the air, and
it seems to have a little bit of lag behind it.
So not very good, unfortunately.
However, I believe if I land ghosts, I can do this.
Yes, the classic ghost loops, one of my favorite combos.
No, I'm not the.
I see you've never practiced it.
No, I haven't. I think don't you have to like super jump for it to work properly?
Super jump? No. That's the super hard version.
I think I caught it.
No, you can see 4 wands. Yeah, you'll only see wand and combo, and rarely at that because the position is going to be all over the place.
Right. Next up is standing 2 and standing 3, which I'm gonna.
Bad.
They're pretty similar. Yeah.
Stand 3's pretty okay, but it just takes so long. You just leave yourself way too vulnerable using it. I mean, her vials are really cool because you can, for her heavy versions, you can hold down the button like that, just like that, and sort of delay it a little bit. But
fair enough, yeah.
Standing version, not very good.
Right. Then we've got some of her better normal standing 4, quite quick.
Yeah. So rule of thumb, if it uses a cat, it's a good normal. Like these are insanely good. This is a really good combo tool. It's one of her only special cancelable normals.
I believe she can do.
Actually, I think it's like put that in 1. So really, that's like your only move you can cancel from. Pretty much is 4.
Yeah, there's a few things you can
and
do
usually
there.
into DP.
I think I have the Leo default rolling, so I might change that. Hold on. Yeah, he's rolling back. Normal.
You can do auto block or just leave it none.
Just leave it at none.
Okay.
Get him at the other side. Okay. Next up is again similar to 1. I see. Yeah, does a bit more hit stun.
Yeah, 5 is really good actually. Crouch 5 is you're gonna be using that a lot more. It's a very similar move, but the cool thing about 5 is that you can combo into DP after it. And because it's so long, you can really hit confirm that DP. Yeah, it's a little tricky. It's like a 3-frame link, but it does a lot more damage than canceling from 4.
Now this normal.
Bad.
Bad, yeah. On the ground,
We'll get to the bird. Don't worry. We'll get to the bird. But the grounded versions of bird are, maybe they're not bad, but they are vastly outclassed.
well, that's a good
Right.
question. Are these lows or are they mids?
Oh no, they're all mids.
Or all mids?
All of those are mids. Yeah. We haven't gotten to any lows so far.
Okay, let's talk about the crouch stuff. This
Sure.
is this pretty much the
Yep.
same.
Same story as the standing version for sure.
Now, interesting thing about these moves is that this is the crouching 2 and 3.
Yep.
She kind of rolls
really,
them along on
really
the ground.
bad.
Yeah, they look cool.
Crouch 3 looks so cool and amazing. Like the range you get off of this is awesome. But again, look at how slow. Look at how long this takes.
Yeah.
By the time you do that, your opponent could just jump
Don't
over
even
it
know.
and kill you.
Don't even know what you protect yourself from doing this.
No, Crouch 2 sucks. Crouch 3 is probably the worst. Is it her worst normal? I don't know. It's one of her worst normals, I think. It's a low, which is cool. Actually, is Crouch 2 a low? I don't even know. I don't use these normals at all because they're so bad. I know Crouch 3 is a low, though.
Can we set it to they can?
Well, I have the wiki open. Hold on. Is it a low?
Oh, you can't set it whether they're blocking high or low. It's only auto.
Oh, that sucks.
That is...
No, it is a low. Okay, Crouch. Yeah,
oh, wait, no,
Crouch
I guess
2.
I guess you can make them crouch then block, and if that's similar to it.
Yeah.
Okay, so that's those. Now, I know a lot about this move. I've been annoyed by it.
Yes. Ooh, this is a good move. Pay attention to this one. This one is insanely fast and very. It's actually really plus. Let me see. It's about. Crouch 4 is. Okay, it's only +1, but the speed really makes up for it. This is a great poking move.
Super long as well.
It's really disjoint, as you can probably tell. And it's a low. This is basically the main low mix-up for her mix-ups. It's just really, really good. It's great for stuffing out dashes as well. So it's great for keeping the opponent out. And it's quick enough such that, you know, if they actually choose to jump over you instead of dash, you recover pretty damn quickly.
Now, this is another move I've noticed. This is
Oh, it's a command normal, yeah.
yeah, command normal, like when you do
Down forward.
Yeah.
Really, you're only going to use it for anti-airs, and I mean, it's just so many better anti-air options. You're barely going to see this. It's good if you want like a non-committal anti-air, I would say, because if you do DP and they end up landing somehow in front of you and they block it, you might die. But if they land in front of you and get hit by that cat, you're fine. You're safe. So it's just a very nice, easy little anti-air. And the benefit of that, too, is you can still combo into DP if it anti-airs, because DP has this strange, it's almost like a super property where it actually connects on air reset opponents.
I believe the same could be said about Mei Ling's DP as well.
Sure, yeah. But I think it's not used as much with Mei Ling, that property.
It's a bit more risky.
Yeah.
Crouch 5. That's a fun one.
Crouch 5. This is a great move. Fantastic. You know, very disjoint, hits multiple times. They're all lows. It's actually not as disjoint as you would expect. Half the cat's body is a hurt box, actually.
I want to show them a little trick.
Oh my god. You're really pulling this out right now?
Yeah.
We're really going to show them this?
We're talking about Crouch 5. We might as well.
Oh, this is the this is an exploit. This is a glitch. There you go. Yeah, it can, on certain characters, it can just completely melt their health bar. We'll get into that.
Yeah.
A bit of a spoiler from Melvin here, but we'll get into that.
Okay. This seems the same as
Yep, not very good.
Yeah. Let's talk about the jumping normals. Obviously, you've got
Here we go.
wand, as we
The
talked about
infamous jumping normals. Yeah, wand, jump wand. Look at that. It's just bleh. It's so mediocre.
I think it only does multiple hits if it connects with someone. Yeah.
No, you can whiff it. You can whiff the chain. You just mash. Wait, can you?
Not really.
You can definitely whiff the chain on the ground. Okay. Wait, just
Not
never mind. I don't know.
Not the
Yeah,
first
you're
chain.
mashing.
Okay.
It's okay. This normal's fine, but problem is J3 is actually the exact same normal as. So okay, so do J2. Show him J2. J2. Now do a no hold J3. Look at that. It's actually the exact same normal, same frame data, but it's just better.
Yeah. Jump 3 is also bigger.
Yeah, and J3 I'd say is probably the only good vile normal. You'll be using this a lot, actually. Like, you can do super jump back, hold down the 3, and you're just zoning from literally corner to corner with this. Look at that. You're just controlling whatever space you want with that.
Mm-hmm.
Really good for air to airs as well. Because there are actually, I think it's like there are 4 frames. I think there's a few frames on that normal that are actually air unblockable. So if you're really good at timing that to connect with your opponent on those frames, they just cannot block it. It's really tough though, but it's definitely worth learning.
No, I believe J4 and 5 in themselves are not super interesting.
No. J5 would be like her best jump in if J6 didn't exist. Her best just air normal. This is fine. It's multiple hits. They're all overhead. It's good for air. Like, it's good if your opponents are above you, I'd say, or
Yeah.
a bit more above you. But obviously, every single one of these normals is completely outclassed by J6.
Oh yes, J6.
Go ahead and show them the bird. This normal is a complete menace. This will be your everything. Your jump in, your mix up, your combo starter.
This sounds like you're paraphrasing the wiki.
No, well, I mean, I wrote the wiki, so it's just
Yeah.
what it's just my thoughts. It just happens to be the same.
Yeah. Fun fact: it can delete a lot of projectiles. It's even Mei Ling's Fireball Super, it can just completely.
It's really weird. So the bird counts as projectile hitbox, but it doesn't have a hurt box. So what ends up happening is, so normally when 2 projectiles collide, their hitboxes hit the other projectile's hurt box, and so they disappear. But not with the bird. The bird just like barrels through everything. It's just a super bird. So it's really busted. And it's really good just for trades in general too, because obviously, it's disconnected from Tessa. So if Tessa gets hit out of this, like after she lets go of the bird's still out there. The bird's gonna hit you. It's gonna trade instead of you just beating her in the air.
I do think the only thing about it is because since it technically is a normal, it does not do chip, which is probably the only.
Doesn't trip, and it's a mid. That's very important as well. But it can cross up, which can seem maybe counterintuitive. Here, get him out of the corner.
Yeah, get them the hell out of here.
Get him out of here.
Okay.
You can just do R3 or right stick to reset the stage.
Oh, can you?
Yeah, I don't know what button that is for you, but
I'm gonna have a hard time finding it.
yeah, I know, because that's a very strange button to have on an Xbox. There you go. Unfortunately, it does play the round 1 thing, but that's fine.
That's fair.
As long as you can reset. Show them the cross-up stuff.
Okay.
Look at that. Did you see that? Did you see how disjointed that looked?
There's nothing you can do.
It's ridiculous. Yeah, it is just absolutely ridiculous. And it keeps you so close to them too when you cross up that you get a lot of options. Like you saw, like her command grab, you can combo into stand 5 DP. You just get so much stuff with this bird. This is like the best pressure tool you'll ever want.
Yeah, you get a lot of it.
I definitely abuse this. Okay, I will say though, I do got to point this out. You still have to be really careful with it, because while you're holding it in the air, obviously you cannot block. So if you just start doing this over and over again, the opponent's gonna figure you out, and they're gonna like ice super or lightning super or just hit you out of the air. So definitely be mindful of that.
The only real threat for Tessa
I guess we didn't even
air...
mention that you can hold it. Yeah, you can charge the bird. Like that's like some of the best thing you can do with it. You jump, instant charge, and then let go before you hit the ground.
Azimuth
The longer you hold it, the farther it'll go. And that's true for every bird normal. And I guess what's also true for every bird normal is you actually cannot perform any 6 again until the bird comes back.
Of course.
Yeah, see, Smash and 6, nothing comes out. And wait for the bird to come back. So that's, I guess, a self capping sort of property of it. So you can't go absolutely insane with it. But I mean, you basically can go insane with it at this rate.
Let's talk about the fireballs. Why don't we?
Oh, special moves, huh? Okay. Well, there's a lot to say about that. That is like her main thing. Obviously, is her zoning, and this is the absolute bread and butter. So, as you can see, Melvin's doing a dash into a fireball. This is essentially, I don't think it's an exploit. I'm pretty sure they intended for this, but when you're backdashing, you're considered airborne or forward dashing, and so you get to use the air version of her fireball, which is greatly superior to the ground version. Like for instance, Melvin, show them heavy chakra wave.
Just normal?
Yeah, on the ground. Do you see how long that takes? Now do dashing heavy chakra wave. Way faster, way faster. And most importantly, well, you're doing it slow because you're a noob. And way, way more importantly, the moment you touch the ground, you recover. So, like, look how fast the recovery is. Boom. Look at that. That is the bread and butter. You do that, and then DP. They try and jump over it. Oh, let me hit you. Nope. DP. DP. They gotta respect this. You'll be doing this. Like, get used to that motion of dash fireball, because you're gonna be doing that a lot.
Mm-hmm. Now, yeah, you can also do it in the air as well. Because,
obviously, yeah.
Because you can air backdash.
And again, it is the superior version in the air.
Okay, let's talk about what other specials got. DP. We should talk about DP.
DP, obviously, yeah. This is the best, probably the best move in the whole game. Is your DP. Comes out frame 3 as iframes. Is really hard to punish. Some characters can punish it like really well, like they can kill her from it. But if you space it well, it's actually really difficult to punish. And oftentimes you only get like a sweep or something, not like a full combo.
Yeah.
Obviously, really good at anti-airing. Should mainly use this as your anti-air. Even if they block it, it does a ton of chip. It does 5 hits.
And the hurt box is a bit disjointed as well. And if you're behind her, you just there's still a chance you're gonna.
Oh yeah, if you go like on the wiki and check the hitbox, this thing is absolutely massive for no reason.
Yeah.
So it's really good. It's basically your main combo ender. You can pretty much get pursuit after it on everyone except for Mei Ling. You always really want to do the light version. So the medium and heavy versions, they all do the same amount of damage. So there's no reason to to use an unsafer version, especially because the medium and heavy versions you can't really pursuit that easily. The main use for them though is, as you noticed, if you do DP3 for them. Well, do it from full screen actually.
Oh yeah, it brings you forward.
Okay. The horizontal distance is unbelievable. So the rule of thumb is your DP1 is like your combo tool, your anti-air. Your DP3 is like your punish tool because it comes out in 3 frames. And look at that thing. Look at how far that reaches.
Sure does.
Yeah. So this is the crazy punish move. Is heavy DP.
Oh yeah. Let's talk about cannons.
Do we have to?
We might as well. They're corner circle forward inputs.
No, they're not actually. Not at all. They're a billion. So they're all okay. So there's ice cannon, which is glace cannon, which is quarter circle forward kick. There is Fiamma cannon, which is the fire one, which is reverse DP kick. Go ahead and show them that. And then there is electron cannon, which is DP kick. All of these suck. And
lightning's quite fast.
Lightning's the best by far. But for a point of reference, her ice cannon, glace, what's it called? Glace cannon is minus 97 on hit. These are trash. You don't want to ever use these, ever. Okay, well we'll get into this. We'll get into the supers in a bit.
Let's talk about.
Oh yeah, we didn't even talk about dive kick. Also, you missed a normal, by the way. You missed your launcher.
Oh yeah,
you're going all over the place, Melvin.
Oh yeah, there we go. Sorry. Yeah.
That's fine. I don't have much to say about the launcher. I mean, it is what it is. It's a launcher, right? Like you know what to do with that. You just
it's down.
You launch them up. You DP,
5, yeah.
punish. Also, doesn't this ice score an instant ice knockdown? I guess so. Yeah. You would. I mean, you don't want to use glace cannon. You really don't. Even though it hits low, like you'd think it'd be good. It's so terrible. Anyway, yeah, dive kick. Extremely important. I knew we were missing something. This thing is insane. Really hard to react to. Overhead, obviously. This is your main mix-up tool.
Yeah, it's just you super jump and then you do down and kick while you're in that super jump state. No matter where, no matter at what point of the.
You can only do it during a super jump.
Yeah.
So keep that in mind. And so the timing takes a bit to get used to because you cannot do it right away. It takes a few frames for you to get like the minimum height requirement. But just get used to that timing. Try and master doing it as fast as you can. Because this thing is unbelievable. Yeah, you can get combos off it. It's just pressure mix-ups. It's plus. It's just it's a monster. Like it's her best her best mix-up tool, her best pressure tool by far.
Yeah, I'd agree. It's very annoying.
It's really annoying, really hard to react to.
Let's talk about Ghost.
All right, so now we're back to special moves. Okay, Let me just make sure we didn't miss any. So we got the fireballs, DP, the cannons. Yeah, Ghost is next. These are really cool. I actually love this special move a lot. So as you can see, it's kind of like a curse mode. If you get hit by the initial ghost, it curses you for a little bit, and depending on the strength, you'll get cursed for longer. So the convention is the light version will sort of hit the the 4 dudes will hit them once and then go away. Heavy version, it'll hit them twice and then go away. But I think for Leo, it's like 2.5 times. Like,
And-
it'd be like,
And also,
no, I didn't. Okay.
it's a half circle back punch.
Yep,
Oh,
let's go back punch.
how to beat it is another question. So I'm gonna.
Yes, because this seems really strong. Like, the idea here, obviously, is you curse them. They're kind of trapped there with these ghosts hitting them. And basically, it's like free pressure, right?
Hold on, I got it. This is.
So if they're hit with that, like, you just move in.
Yeah, so
Because if they try to counter poke you, they're going to get hit with the ghost.
record.
If they try and UG the ghosts, you can throw them.
I don't. Okay, hold on. I figured out the problem. So yeah, if you. Yeah, the inputs are weird, but if you like just throw out normals, I'm just gonna start. Yeah. I'm
Oh, do
gonna...
crouch 1. Crouch 1's actually good. Find what the 1 button is.
Oh.
Probably the macro thing. Yeah.
I'm gonna.
Yeah, they're actually. So this would be an insanely powerful special move, but there are just a lot of really good ways to get around it.
Yeah, I'm just gonna make him do normals over and over again.
Yeah. So this is one way to get around it. I think it's a bit risky, but it depends on the character. I'd say let him get hit and then play it. Oh, there we go. Oh, that's so convenient. There's like a little minus. Yeah, so the ghosts are scared of moves. So if you just press buttons, the ghost will not attack them. But obviously, if you're pressing a button, you're whiffing. That's could be dangerous on its own. Yeah, show them jumping.
Jumping. Oh,
Jumping is,
like yeah, okay.
yeah, jump blocking like that. So in my opinion, this is the absolute best way to just completely negate ghosts. Yeah, we gotta curse them first, bud.
Make a good point.
So boom, hit the ghosts. Yeah, there we go. And then let them do block. And so you can just be in the sky, completely safe. Tessa has really, really bad air guard break stuff. She makes up for that, and we'll get into that later. But really effective, especially if you super jump and you're way off screen. Very effective. I mean, there are ways Tessa can deal with that, but definitely one of the main ways to get around it. The main use of Ghost, in my opinion, is not necessarily them getting cursed. It's the fact that it'll actually track. So keep them jumping, Melvin, and show them how Ghost actually like tracks. Do like light Ghost from full screen. You'll see the Ghost will slowly follow Leo. Look at that. So that can keep them sort of pressured even in the air. It'll keep them like locked down. Yeah. So it's gonna follow them to the end of the earth. It's not perfect, obviously. Like you can jump around it. It's not gonna turn around. But just that simple fact that it tracks really adds to her zoning layer.
Now again, as Ghost said, there is an option she has that will deal with the fact that she doesn't have great guard break, but we'll get to that in a second.
Yeah.
Let's talk about Death Phenomenon.
Yeah, this is her last special move. This is her max level 1, level 32. It's her command grab. Really, it's technically like an unblockable because you can combo into it and all that jazz.
It's a half. It's got some weird properties, but it's a half circle back kick, and it's basically puts a time bomb on your opponent.
Yeah, the stronger kick you use, the more balloons show up, and also the quicker the timer shows up. Like, look, that was light. Timer showed up immediately, but only 4 balloons. So there's different payoffs for using the different versions. Think about the balloons; they are completely unblockable. Like once they pop, you actually cannot block them. Your only option is to UG.
Exactly. Yeah.
And so a lot of the times you're kind of just forced to UG, and Tessa throws you, and that's kind of just sometimes you just have to take that. I mean, there are really good ways around it too, but we're not going to get into that. Essentially, just a bunch of balloons on your head.
If you hit Tessa during the state where you have the balloons over you, but they haven't exploded yet, 1 balloon will disappear per hit.
Yeah, that's pretty impractical because there's 8 balloons, and it's not per hit, it's like per combo basically.
Yeah.
Like if you do a 2-hit combo, only 1 balloon goes away. 5-hit combo, only 1 balloon goes away. You need 8 unique like connections before the timer runs out. That's not gonna happen, but it can lower the damage, obviously.
Yeah.
One big factor about this thing that actually makes it not as good as you might hope is that it can be ducked. So every character can just hold down or down back and duck right under it. So you're gonna need a bit of a smarter strategy if you wanted to actually connect.
The smart one.
What the heck? What did you do? If you wanted to actually connect on an opponent, yeah. I mean, it's definitely not useless. There are many, many ways to make your opponent stand, especially if you have a dive kick. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
So you won't see it that much, but it's really good when it does connect. Puts a lot of pressure on the opponent.
If you command grab with it's just kind of character specific, but if you command grab with Leo, it doesn't really work with melee. If you command grab or grab, usually you can avoid the effects of the balloons entirely.
Yeah, so yeah, that's a good point. So one of the best ways to get around the unblockable balloons is to not UG, because again, you'll just get grabbed and take a lot of damage. But instead is to grab Tessa yourself. So when you do that, you it enters like an animation, like the grab animation, where you lack a hurt box, so all the balloons just completely whiff. This is also true of some, I guess I'd say most of the command grabs. For some reason, Mei Ling has a hurt box during her command grab, so it doesn't really work. Really weird. But,
Jeez.
yeah.
Alright. Someone asked what happens if you hit him while jumping.
That happens, yeah. So it does not actually go into the grab animation, but it does deal damage. I will say, yeah. So it's funny. You notice that the grab itself, not just the balloons, deals damage. So it depends on the number of hearts that connect. So if you only connect with like 1 heart, the grab won't do that much damage. But so you want to make sure you're really close up to them, so a lot of the hearts connect. Like, cause I've noticed, like especially in trades, where like 6 hearts can connect for some reason. It just deals so much damage. This is before the balloons too. So it can be a really strong move.
I think all we have left now is the supers.
Yes, she has 2 supers. I mean, we can go into like her ultimate counter or something. Like, I don't know. There's just so much stuff to go into.
Let's talk about the supers. I'll give a brief tidbit on the ultimate counters and stuff like that. But let's talk about the supers. She's got a quarter circle for
She has like the best supers in the game, pretty much. Mei Ling's super comes close, but I think both of Tessa's are still better. Oh, and Kenji's supers are really good. But yeah, her supers are insanely good. So this is Tricycle Edge. Let's go ahead and show them it again. This move can be a nightmare for some people. So it's basically like a Vile move, so you can hold it just like her other Vile moves. So go ahead and show them that. Yeah, so you can hold it down. You can time it just right. Basically, this is the best anti-air in the entire game. For the sole reason, I guess you'll show him right here. So look, he's going to send him to jump, block all. Go ahead and show him. You messed up. Oh no, you didn't. Okay, you didn't. try it again. Make it look better. Like try and demonstrate it. There we go. Look at that. So you cannot block this move in the air. It is air unblockable.
Yeah, he is actually blocking.
Yeah, like if Melvin, if you like did a DP, yeah, see he's blocking. So this move, really, really good for anti-airs. This is why you don't want to jump in on Tessa, because you get this, you get dizzied, and then you die, you lose, you lose everything. So, insane move.
It's also, it recovers really quickly.
It does, yes, it recovers really quickly. The only bad thing about it is its speed. So, you really got to be looking out for anti-airs. You really got to keep an eye out. Because if you're a little too late, they will land, and they'll be able to UG it. And you'll get owned.
Yeah.
But it's really nice that you can hold it because you can really time it just perfectly and space it just perfectly for the jump. So it's just such a good super. It's such a good anti-air.
Tessa has 3 cannon supers. She's got her light kick, medium kick, and heavy kick, or 4, 5, and 6. The one we're gonna focus on is her 4.
the light version. So
the full
unlike
one.
her cannon specials, her cannon super is probably the best super in the game. Let's just show them. Oh, he's blocking. Let's show them the fire and lightning versions first for reference.
Sure.
So, yeah, fire version. So look at that damage.
That was
Oh, that's
electric.
electric. Yeah. Sorry, I I never use those. Ton of damage, ton of stun, fire. Unfortunately, no real difference between the fire and lightning version as far as I can tell. The ice version, though, this is the big one. This is the one you want to use, and maybe you can understand why. Yeah. So, absolute insanity. Look at that damage. That's for 2 orbs. So the ice version, unlike the fire and lightning version, obviously it freezes the opponent. Of course it does. It's ice. And what does that mean? That means they're just stuck in place. And you can do whatever the hell you want to them while they're stuck there.
It does
including
yeah.
another ice cannon.
It does a huge amount of stun. The only reason why it didn't stun there is because we've been in this training mode for so long. As I mentioned earlier,
and
the stun
Leo.
values go up. And it's Leo.
You can actually get 3 without stunning on Leo. Leo has such high stun resistance. Insane.
Now,
this move is insane. You're again, the issue is speed. This isn't going to be like a mailing situation where you get this off of a jab or you get this off of a poke. This is strictly for big punishes. This is a big punish thing. Or if you dizzy them, for instance. If you dizzy them, you're going to do that. If they whiff UG, you can do that. But otherwise, it's going to be kind of difficult to land this thing. But if you do land it, you win the round, basically.
that is a good point. HB brings up Ice Cannon will not work against, won't really do the same stunning effect as the other characters. It'll just knock her on the ground.
That's true. So in the mirror, for some reason, I mean, I don't know why, but for some reason, she will not actually get frozen.
Mhm.
So Melvin, if you actually back up a bit and do Ice Cannon, so just the cannonball hits, you can see. So this is what usually happens, right? They get knocked up. So the actual way to freeze is you really need
The cannon to hit.
you need the cannon to hit. If the cannon does not hit, you will not get this insanely busted freeze effect.
Mm-hmm.
It's all about like hitboxes and stuff. I'm not gonna get into it, but it just matters on like the spacing and all that.
Yeah, well, cannon is really used as a tool to punish either used as a reversal or to like punish someone for really fucking up, like
Yeah,
doing ultimate guard, you know.
It's an insane punish. Yeah, so this is all about her layers, her mix-up layers. If you're doing dive kicks and stuff, the opponent is gonna be like, I don't want to deal with this. They're gonna ultimate guard, and if they do that, you can punish them with the ice cannon. So it really helps her layer the mix-ups because you always have that threat in the back of their mind, like, oh god, if I whiff UG here, I'm gonna get owned.
I showed
so
the
that
glitch
means-
already.
Oh, the balloon glitch.
Definitely,
Yeah, we
I
did show the balloon glitch. So it means that your mix-ups are going to be better because they're not just going to UG them, and if they do UG them, well, that's on you to bait out the UG and punish with ice cannon.
They want to see it again.
You want to see it again? Okay.
They're like
It's not really.
they're like students when you show them an awesome reaction. They're like, do it again.
It doesn't
do
really
again.
give the full picture on Leo because he has so much health and stun resistance. Oh wow, yeah, he got stunned. Yeah, this is an insane glitch. It's very rare to see because usually the opponent's smart enough to UG, and they'd rather take a throw than that. But if you can get in your opponent's head and put basically your goal if you want to get that glitch is while the counter's going down, just put a bunch of pressure on them, make them like stumble, where they either mistime the UG or they're too busy dealing with you to the UG in time, and then they get hit, and then you can do that. But again, that's pretty rare to actually get that to connect. I guess an opponent knows what they're doing.
Now, I'm going to talk about grab.
Grab. Oh, yes. Oh, my God. Her grab is so good. She doesn't have a back throw, though, which is kind of annoying, but it is fine. And yes, you can soften this.
I messed up. Sorry, sir.
Well, it's actually hardest on Leo to combo to lightning. So yeah, her grab, really good. You can always combo into lightning if you want to spend an orb.
I'll show what you can do when they soften it.
She has some really cheap options though if they soften. I guess they call it recovery in this game.
Ooh.
Well, you're not a Tessa player, so you don't know the timing. There you go. Beautiful. Yeah, so if they soften it, you just straight up get a DP follow-up. Because again, like I said, DP has this property where it connects on air in an air reset state. And so what ends up happening is you are going to deal more damage to them if they soften than if they had not. So that actually makes this completely worth it in terms of the money. And see there, okay. Melvin is using Tricycle instead of DP after the soften. This is a very risky move, but obviously it can pay off huge because Tricycle does a lot of stun. So if you can stun them off of a throw, I mean that's enormous. But again, pretty risky because you might waste an orb. Tessa really wants orbs for Tricycle so she can anti-air properly. So again, it's a risk, but it's there if you want to be bold.
Yeah. Now, the only other thing I guess I should talk about our ultimate guard. I will get Leo to start doing stuff.
Okay. Perfect.
So her ultimate guard same as everyone else. That's not it.
That's not it, bro.
Her follow-up is say it's a reverse quarter circle back and then punch.
Unlike, alpha counter motion.
Unlike other characters, she does not have a kick version. It's just the punch one.
Yeah, so she only has a punch ultimate counter, so she does not get a knockdown off of a UG. But that's fine because her ultimate counter is really, really good because it is a separate entity like the bird. So even if she gets hit, the ball is still gonna connect.
Yeah, the only thing left is the pursuit, which is up and kick.
Her pursuit is so good too. I think. Well, I say it's so good. It just works really, really well with her kit because you can pursuit from full screen and
Safely.
Still be where you are. I mean, everyone can pursuit from full screen, but everyone, when you do that, you actually go in. Tessa stays full screen after pursuit.
Which is what she wants.
Exactly, yeah. So you can still get that extra bit of damage from full screen. Really nice, really, really nice. It just works really well with her kit.
Nice and safe.
Yeah. Well, it's not safe if you miss it close up. You could die.
You've got anything more you want to say about Tessa before we move on?
Let me think. I mean, we covered all the moves. I don't want to go too in depth on like strategy. Like I feel like they can get the picture. You zone, you DP, you have mix-ups. Mm-hmm. If you want a more detailed breakdown of her strategy and matchups, I'd recommend reading the wiki.
I'll see a bit more of her links, like the one I showed you just there.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
I hope I was audible during that. I accidentally plugged out my headphone.
Oh no, you were. You're audible. Yeah.
Yeah, like dive kick into standing for into like those links. Stuff to look into.
Yeah.
Right. Ghost, thank you for coming here and talking about Tessa with me.
Yeah, no problem. No problem.
Everybody, give it up for Ghost Room.
Okay. Well, thank you, Melvin. Good luck with your stream.
Thank you very much. Okay. Moving on. Next character is Leo. And I will have him play Milling. Okay. General overview of Leo. Man with big buttons. Buttons good, however they are a bit slow. So if up close, might be pressured by faster characters such as Mailing. Also, doesn't have as many insane movement options as some of the other cast. Especially when fighting against Tessa, it can be a bit difficult getting in. But, you know, as for mentioned earlier, he does have his dash ultimate guard. What else? He's got a command grab that's very good. That can lead into some funny shenanigans. He's got his regular medium punch grab and his heavy punch grab are his 2 and 3 grab are quite deadly. They can lead into confirm it into elemental super. There's a lot he can do off that. Let us go into his moves. That is true about this round. So this is stand 1. I believe you can. Okay, on block you can use this to. It's a pretty normal move. I believe you can use it as like a kind of an anti-air against annoying characters, and then confirm it to elemental super. It's not super interesting. Obviously, you can link into stuff. It's a good move though. It's decent. One thing you can do with it is get it to work. There we go. You can do that. You're guaranteed a command grab off of it. So that's cool. Next move he's got is stand 2. This move is not too great. It's pretty slow. You're mainly going to see this happen if you're trying to command grab. If you're trying to normal grab someone, you will see this move come out a lot. You're going to want to be careful with that. You're not going to use that move often. This move's interesting. You can do that. You can like get a. It's basically got a chain follow up. Decent range. Not bad. It's good if you're trying to like bait out like a guard crush like that, or just get like a finishing blow in general. Yeah, there's that move, and then there's this move is really fast. This is the main move you're going to be using for your tick command grabs. Yeah, it's just like you can just. I believe you can link it into other stuff as well. Probably makes it like blocking. Mega, it's a good question. It is only possible to fatality characters with Kenji in the versus mode with his fatality move. Something I'll go into later, maybe, if I still have time. Right, so yeah, that's that move anyway. This move is quite good. Since you're 5, you're going to be using it for confirming into probably confirming into specials most of the time. Yeah, it's got a good nice it can be used as a decent anti-air as well. So if you're, let's say you're little Tessa here and you decide to jump, block everything but jump. You can do something like this. Get a nice bit of damage on her, or you can even do it with Ice Super. Yeah, it's a decent anti-air, keeps your opponent in the air for a while. So, something to keep in mind. A good move to have. A decent move. It's decent. Yeah. This move's a bit interesting. This is an overhead. Try stand 5 into DP. Yeah, you can do that as well. Do you mean as an anti-air or like just a combo on airbound? That'll most likely work. It'll do a bit of chip, but it's not guaranteed to guard break. You might do it at the end of a long air string. Okay. Right, so this move's an overhead. You're not going to see it too often. I believe it actually whiffs against a lot of characters when they're crouching, so you're not going to see it too often. But it does do a decent amount of damage, and you can confirm into 5, I believe, of it. Yeah. It was interesting that it was landing on railing, though. Yeah. Not too much to say about that, unfortunately. Let's talk about crouching. Now, crouch 1. Okay, poke. You will use it to confirm it to super if you want to go for TFT. If you want to go for TOD. Yeah, it does whiff entirely on blocking May, this move. But yeah, I guess I might as well demonstrate. Yeah, you get your stun off that. Yeah, that's the main thing you're going to be using that for. It's confirming into that super. But it's a decent enough, it's an alright poke. This is interesting. It is, I've seen it been used as a sort of anti-air against a lot of characters like Mei Ling when they're up, trying to get all over him with a jump in. Because he seems to lower his own hurt box during it, so that's probably the main reason why. But yeah, it's okay. Don't see it too often though. This is crouch 3. You're gonna get a lot of you get a pursuit off it, obviously, but you're probably gonna see a lot of this happening. Oh wow, is that not real? It is. Yeah, you can confirm into Ice Super off it. You can confirm off into most Elemental Supers off that move. So that's the main reason why you're gonna be using that. You've got this move. I see Leo mains only really used for like breaking up chests. It's very random. It's yeah, it's crouch 4. I don't think there is much use to it. It looks, I think it's pretty minus actually, but yeah, that's another move he has. Crouch 5. This is like the biggest button that he has on the ground. And he can do it reasonably safe. It is a bit minus though, so it can be punished if you're close enough on hit. Mei Ling can dash under it, which is a funny thing. Let's see if I can record Mei Ling dashing. Yeah, so up close you can dash under it. Yeah, not from afar. Up close it can happen. But yeah, that's a funny thing. That's a funny interaction with that. That's just a normal sweep. It does have a chain follow-up though here. Not really useful for its follow-up itself isn't very useful for much, but if they are blocking, they're blocking they're blocking and it's a low guard crush character like Mei Ling, it can, I don't know why that's happening. It can guard crush, and I believe you can confirm into ice from it. Maybe lightning might be easier. I can't do it. I'm not very good, but I have definitely seen it been done before. But yeah, that's all that's really to be said about that move. All right. Next up, jumping normals. Most of your jumping normals as Leo are going to be used for air control, especially if you're playing against jumpy characters like Mei Ling or Kenji. This move I don't see used often. It's just jump 1, but I don't see why it couldn't be. It is quite fast, but there are better buttons for it. Jump 2. Jump 2 is quite good. It covers if you're doing just a normal jump 2, it kind of hits right in front of you. If you hold up while doing it, you will get this kind of angle. That's a good angle to have. But yeah, you got this angle and this angle from jump 2. This is jump up 2. This is jump just neutral 2. Yeah, those are good ways of controlling the air. This is just a quick button. This is jump 3. Don't see it used for much except maybe accidentally whiffing command grab. Yeah, that's not much to say about that. Now jump 4 is interesting. It does have a cross up to it. And it'll be it's one of the few ways that you'll be mixing up your opponent, because with that, it's a good cross up move. Look at that. Nasty. Yeah, it's massive. Fortunately, mailing is very small. Got jump 5 as well, which is very similar to just standing, to crouch 5. This isn't too remarkable. It's just mainly used just to, again, as more pressure from afar. What's really interesting is this move, just down 4. You can pretty much act immediately after it, so you can use that to... Basically comes out the moment you input it. So it's really good for pressure if you want to fuck with someone. And you've got J6. I didn't mention that yet. It's actually a good point, Ghost. There are some combos. Actually, just 1 second there, guys. I'll be right back. That is not what I said. I said it's not like it's not like you can confirm anything off of it. It's just like a good poke tool. You know? Right. I'll be back in a few minutes. I just have to go do something very quickly. I have to go do something very quickly. I'll be right back. Apologies for the wait. Stuff came up. Right. Where were we? Oh yeah. K5. Oh, it's actually pretty okay. It's good for. It's a pretty long poke, so if someone's trying to run away from you, it's probably going to get them there. Yeah, but you can't really, besides from that, you're not really getting much off of it. It's just extra damage. But Leo is not really a character that's too concerned about combos. Most of his damage just comes from his good normals. The last air button is jump 6. Yeah. Decent hitbox. Main use for it is to confirm into aforementioned super combo. Yeah. Since it's the button that's going to do the most stun. Yeah. That's pretty much all of the air normals. Only thing really left now is the specials. There's a few things left actually. Alright, Leo has got a few rushes. He's got a quarter circle forward punch, which is I actually don't remember if it's an overhead or not. Probably is, but I'll check. Okay, they're not. They're mids, yeah. They're all mids, but they can do a decent amount of guard crush. Not the safest things in the world, though. What you're usually gonna see, with Leo is his kick version of those quarter circle versions, which is this one. Quarter circle forward, 4, 5, 6. They also have hitting hurt boxes as well. Super fast, long range, low into knockdown, especially quarter circle forward 4. Like, look at that. That is just insane. What else do I have? Oh, right. You've got his DP. This is a funny little move. It does go forward a bit, so it's good for hitting people at the end of the match, you know, just trying to get that chip kill in. Yeah. Smooth makes a good point. Yeah, you're never really going to be doing quarter circle forward 6. Unless you want to get all the hits possible. But I even think that quarter circle forward 5. Yeah. But yeah, his Mars Slash is interesting, because when he does it, his it's almost like his collision disappears, to the point where if someone throws a fireball at you and you use this move, it's most likely not going to hit. Yeah, quarter circle, yeah, the DP, it's a DP input and it's for punch. Your most different versions of it are faster, but the heavier versions seem to reach further. So yeah, those are your main specials, and then of course there's the command grab. That is not it. There's your command grab. Yeah, like you'd expect, it's very good. It can actually snuff out a lot of super reversals, except for elemental because of the previously aforementioned hitbox from the elemental super. But yeah, this is really good. You can also tick into it, as mentioned before, with your likes of 4 and 1, standing 1. It's mainly on block though. And that's pretty much all to say about that. It's good for catching people's rolls. That's the main thing you're going to be doing it for. With the exception of Mei Ling, since it's a bit difficult to do on her, since she can roll for as long as she wants. Now, besides from that, yeah. You want to see if his Core Circle 5 hits full screen? It does. But Quarter Circle of 6 has more hits on it, so we'll do more damage. Yeah, that's the main ones. Then his main super is it's not that. It's a double quarter circle forward punch. This is the one you're going to be using. It's good. It's a decent reversal and does a lot of hits and can potentially stun in early game. As mentioned before, you can confirm off it from crouch 1. Yeah, decent super overall, but if you miss it, it's pretty punishable, especially if it's completely avoided altogether. Now, the other special he has is his, if I can do it, is his 720, which I'm going to proceed to miss about 50 times because I am on a mix box. There we go. It has more reach than his normal command grab. There's a ton of ways you can buffer it. You can buffer through his dash if you're good enough. Yeah, it has iframes as well, so I believe you can be used as a reversal as well. The only thing that it can't hit is if an opponent is doing a move that makes them go lower. So if, say, Mei Ling was to do crouch 4 over and over again, that super would whiff. So that's something to bear in mind. But yeah, you can tick and confirm into it. It's a pretty good punish for if someone is ultimate guarding badly and you just want to get max damage out of it. That being if you can land it, of course. Any other supers? I believe that's it for Leo. Strategy-wise, you have a few phases you can go in through. As I mentioned before, you can try crossing them up with J4. Just overall pressure. You have your grab. That's this grab right there. I'm just gonna make it so they're not attacking. So this is a really hard grab to tech, and it can be looped. Yeah, like so. And then you can finish it off with this other grab, which is also pretty good. I believe that grab can be looped specifically in the corner. Yeah, because of the corner that can be looped. But yeah, the medium punch is really good. You can like confirm it to super off it. Even if they tech. Oh, I didn't do a good job there. I'll show a better example. Like so, yeah. Leo's Pursuit, as I just showed it there, it's okay. It can be quite hard to get, and if you miss it, you are in a pretty vulnerable position for quite a while. Yeah, like that. You're immediately put into a situation where it's no longer your go if you whiff it. The same can be said for a lot of the pursuits, though, particularly Leos and Mei Lings. Now, I do think that's all I have to say about Leo. But yeah, your main, for some characters you're going to want to go for air control, some characters you're going to want to pressure the crap out of them. Either with command grab or regular grab, or yeah. A lot you can be doing with Leo. He can do a lot. Of course, there's his special cancelable dash as well, as I mentioned before, which is really fast anyway. But yeah, that's Leo. Arguably one of the best characters in the game. As well. Oh, I missed a follow. Thanks, Blockhead Pod, for a follow there. Very appreciated. Right. I think in terms of today's lesson, I think that's where I'm going to end it for now. I will probably go into Kenji and Mei Ling another day. I would love to continue, however, my throat is dying at the moment, so And it's getting pretty late where I am, so for now, I'll leave it there. If you have any questions, of course, you can come to the Discord. A lot of resources are there, including the wiki. Thank you so much for the turnout. It's been great. I'm glad I've been able to get all of this into a video. I will probably edit this down so I can put it up as a tutorial later on YouTube. But you'll probably see the VOD very soon anyway. Yeah, thank you very much, guys, for joining. I'll see you guys next time. Bye.